Well, hey there! Welcome to Travel Discoveries. I'm so glad you're joining us today, because we're about to go on a journey that feels a little like coming home to a place you've never been. We're heading somewhere special, far beyond the usual hustle and bustle of the tourist trails. It's a place where the heart of a country beats quietly, waiting to be found. We're going to explore a side of Greece that so many people miss, a Greece that whispers its stories instead of shouting them, a place where the real magic happens when you just slow down and let the world unfold around you. It's about finding beauty in the simple things, the authentic moments. When you think of the Greek islands, I bet your mind immediately goes to those famous whitewashed villages clinging to cliffs, with brilliant blue domes set against an endless sea. And while places like Santorini and Mykonos are truly breathtaking, there's a whole other world out there, a different kind of beauty that's just as captivating. This is the Greece I find myself drawn to, the one that feels untouched, quiet, and just so full of a deep, soulful character. It's a journey into the heart of what makes this country so enchanting, a story written not in travel guides, but in the gentle sea breeze and the warm smiles of the people who call these islands home. Did you know that Greece has over 6,000 islands and islets scattered like jewels across the Aegean and Ionian seas? It's a number so vast, it's almost hard to wrap your head around. Yet, for all that incredible diversity, most visitors only ever hear about a handful of them. It's like walking into a grand library with thousands of stories on the shelves and only ever reading the titles on the front table. Today, we're going to wander down the aisles, pull out a few of those lesser-known books, and read their pages. We're going to discover 5 spectacular islands you've probably never heard of, each one a world of its own. These are places that offer something truly unique. Beaches so peaceful, you feel like the first person to ever set foot on them, ancient villages where time seems to stand still, dramatic cliffs carved by the wind and waves, and a genuine warmth from the locals that makes you feel less like a tourist and more like a welcome guest. Whether you're a seasoned explorer who's seen it all or someone just dreaming of their first trip to Greece, I promise these destinations will open your eyes to a different side of this beautiful country. So let's begin our journey, starting with a place that floats on the sea, shaped just like a butterfly. Our first stop is an island that truly captures the imagination from the moment you see it on a map. Astypalaia. They call it the butterfly of the Aegean. Because of its unique shape, 2 distinct landmasses joined by a tiny strip of land, like wings ready to take flight. It's here, in the middle of the sea, that 2 worlds gently collide. You can feel the stark, crisp beauty of the Cyclades and the whitewashed houses, and the winding, narrow alleyways. But then, you'll notice the rich, detailed architecture of the Dodecanese in the colorful wooden balconies and the grander doorways. It's a beautiful, harmonious blend that gives this island a character all its own. This isn't a place that shouts for your attention. Instead, it invites you to listen. The atmosphere here is one of profound peace, a quiet rhythm that you start to feel deep in your soul the longer you stay. The pace of life slows down to a gentle hum, dictated not by clocks or schedules, but by the rising of the sun and the turning of the tides. It's a place to breathe, to disconnect from the noise of the everyday and reconnect with something simpler, something more fundamental. You find yourself walking a little slower, speaking a little softer, and noticing the small details that make life so rich. One of the most remarkable things about Astypalaia is the delicious absence of crowds. You can wander through the main town, the Kora, and feel like you have it all to yourself, even in the height of summer. It's a feeling of discovery, of stumbling upon a secret that the rest of the world has yet to find. You can find a quiet corner in a cafe, sit for hours with a book and a coffee, and just watch the world go by without interruption. This sense of space, both physical and mental, is a true luxury. It allows the island's charm to really sink in, to work its magic on you without any distractions. And oh, the charm of Kora. It's a classic Greek island dream, a cascade of brilliant white sugar cube houses tumbling down a hillside, all crowned by a magnificent Venetian castle that stands guard over the sea. Getting lost in its labyrinth of stone-paved lanes is one of the greatest joys here. Around every corner, a new vignette appears, a burst of bougainvillea spilling over a wall, a sleeping cat curled up on a warm step, a glimpse of the deep blue sea framed perfectly between 2 houses. It's a photographer's paradise, but more than that, it's a place that fills your heart with a simple, pure kind of happiness. To truly understand Astypalaia, you have to experience it with all your senses. It's a place that engages you completely. The first thing you'll notice is the wind. It's a constant presence here, a gentle but persistent whisper that carries the scent of wild thyme and salt from the sea. It rustles through the leaves of the tamarisk trees along the shore and cools your skin on a warm afternoon. This wind is the island's breath, a living part of the landscape that shapes the trees, the waves, and even the character of the people who live here. It's a reminder that you are surrounded by nature in its purest form. Then there's the taste of the island. The food here is simple, honest, and unbelievably delicious. Imagine sitting at a small taverna right by the water's edge in the little fishing port of Kimolos. The air is filled with the tantalizing aroma of grilled octopus, smoky and savory, a scent that will forever transport you back to this moment. You'll taste the sweetness of local honey drizzled over fresh cheese, the richness of sun-ripened tomatoes in a simple salad, and the unique flavor of saffron, which grows wild on the island. Every meal feels like a celebration of the land and sea. The soundscape of Astypalaia is a beautiful, minimalist composition. It's the gentle lapping of waves against the hulls of small fishing boats, a rhythmic shushing that becomes the soundtrack to your days. It's the distant clanging of goat bells from the hillsides, a rustic melody that drifts down into the valleys. In the evenings, it's the quiet murmur of conversation from a nearby balcony, the clinking of glasses, and the laughter of friends sharing a story. The absence of traffic noise and city clamor allows these subtle, beautiful sounds to come to the forefront, creating a deep sense of tranquility. And finally, there's the feeling of it all, the warmth of the sun on your skin as you lie on a secluded beach, the cool, smooth surface of a stone bench in the shade of an old church, the slightly coarse texture of a whitewashed wall under your fingertips. It's the feeling of the cool seawater enveloping you as you dive in, washing away all your worries. Astypalaia isn't just a place you see, it's a place you feel. It gets under your skin and into your heart, leaving an impression that is both gentle and incredibly powerful, a memory etched not just in your mind, but in your very being. Life on Astypalaia encourages you to find your own rhythm, to shed the urgency of the outside world and embrace a slower, more intentional way of being. There's an unwritten permission here to just be. You can spend an entire afternoon doing nothing more than watching the fishing boats come and go, their colorful paint reflecting in the clear water. There's no pressure to rush from one site to another, no checklist to complete. Instead, the island invites you to wander aimlessly, to let curiosity be your guide, and to discover the little moments of beauty that are hidden in plain sight. The beaches here are a perfect example of this philosophy. You won't find rows of sunbeds and bustling beach bars. Instead, you'll find secluded coves like Kimolos or Vatsas, accessible by a winding dirt road or a small boat. Reaching them feels like an adventure, and your reward is a stretch of pristine sand or smooth pebbles all to yourself. Here, the only sounds are the waves and the seabirds. You can swim in the crystal-clear water, read a book under the shade of a tree, and feel a profound sense of solitude and connection with the natural world. It's a return to the simple pleasure of sun, sand, and sea. The heart of the island, the Venetian castle, or Castro, that overlooks the Cora, is more than just a historical site. It's a place for reflection. As you climb the stone steps to the top, you're walking through centuries of history. Inside its ancient walls, you'll find two beautiful old churches, their whitewashed walls glowing in the sunlight. From the ramparts, the view is simply breathtaking, a 360-degree panorama of the town, the island's butterfly wings, and the endless blue of the Aegean. Standing there, with the wind in your hair, you feel a sense of timelessness, a connection to all the generations who have stood in that very spot. Ultimately, a visit to Astypalaia is about the slow, quiet accumulation of beautiful memories. It's the taste of that first coffee in the morning at a small cafeño, the friendly calimera from a passing local, the sight of the moon rising over the castle, casting a silver path across the water. It's an island that doesn't just offer a vacation, it offers a restoration. You leave feeling lighter, calmer, and with a renewed appreciation for the beauty of a life lived simply and peacefully. The butterfly of the Aegean doesn't just show you its beauty, it teaches you how to find your own wings. From the butterfly, we travel to an island that feels like a precious stone, quietly gleaming in the Aegean. This is Kimolos. Its name comes from the Greek word for chalk, Kimolia, a nod to the pale, mineral-rich rock that has shaped its landscape and its history. From the moment you step off the ferry, you sense that you've arrived somewhere genuinely different, a place that has held on to its authentic character with a gentle but firm grip. The tranquility here is immediate and all-encompassing. It's not just quiet, it's a deep, settled peace that seems to rise from the very earth itself. The main village, Chorio, is the soul of Kimolos. It's not a polished, picture-perfect town designed for tourists. It's a living, breathing community that feels wonderfully, beautifully real. This is a place where laundry lines are strung between houses, where elderly women sit on their doorsteps chatting in the afternoon sun, and where the scent of baking bread drifts from a local bakery. The village is a maze of narrow, winding streets, too small for cars, which forces you to slow down and explore on foot. It's a place that has remained wonderfully, defiantly untouched by the frantic pace of the modern world. As you wander through Chorio, you'll be captivated by its understated beauty. The houses are adorned with small, charming details, colorful shutters, intricate door knockers, and little fishing boats painted on the walls by local artists. You'll pass through covered archways known as kamaris and stumble upon tiny sun-drenched squares with a single church and a bench. It feels less like you're exploring a tourist destination and more like you've been invited into someone's home. The entire village has a feeling of intimacy and warmth that is incredibly welcoming, making you feel instantly at ease. The people of Kimolos are the keepers of this gentle spirit. They are some of the friendliest, most welcoming people you could ever hope to meet. A simple hello can easily turn into a long, friendly conversation, a shared coffee, or an invitation to try a piece of ladinia, the delicious local pizza-like flatbread. There's a generosity and an openness here that is truly heartwarming. They are proud of their island, not in a boastful way, but with a quiet contentment that they are happy to share with those who take the time to visit and appreciate its unique, tranquil charm. The natural beauty of Kimolos is as impressive as the charm of its village. The island's geology has created a landscape of incredible diversity and wonder. The coastline is a masterpiece of coves, sea caves, and dramatic rock formations. One of the most stunning sights is the beach of Prasa, a vision of otherworldly beauty. The sand here is blindingly white, almost like fine sugar, a product of the island's chalky composition. This brilliant white sand meets water that is a shade of turquoise so vivid it almost doesn't look real. It's a place that takes your breath away with its sheer, unadulterated beauty. Beyond the famous Prasa, Kimolos offers a treasure trove of beaches for every mood. You can explore the remote coves on the northern coast, accessible only by boat or a long hike, where you can find complete solitude. Or you can relax on the pebbled shores of Kalamitsi and Bonatsa, where tamarisk trees offer natural shade right at the water's edge. Each beach has its own unique character, its own story to tell. Spending a day beach hopping on Kimolos is like opening a series of gift boxes, each one revealing a new and beautiful surprise, a new patch of paradise to call your own for a few hours. The geological wonders of Kimolos aren't confined to its coastline. A short hike inland will lead you to Skiadi, a truly remarkable natural sculpture. It's a giant mushroom-shaped stone that has been carved over centuries by the relentless force of the wind. Standing alone in the middle of a barren plateau, it looks like something from another planet. It's a powerful testament to the artistry of nature, a reminder of the slow, patient forces that have shaped this incredible island. Standing beneath its shadow, you feel a sense of awe and a connection to the deep, ancient history of the Earth itself. This connection to the Earth is everywhere on Kimolos. You see it in the terraced hillsides where locals grow their vegetables, in the stone walls that crisscross the landscape, and in the very rock beneath your feet. The island invites you to not just look at its beauty, but to feel it. Go for a swim and feel the silky texture of the water at Prasa. Walk barefoot on the warm sand. Touch the weathered surface of the Skiadi rock. Kimolos is a tactile island, a place that grounds you and reminds you of the simple, powerful beauty of the natural world in its most pristine and spectacular form. There are some places you visit that are beautiful, and then there are places that leave a permanent mark on your soul. Kimolos is the latter. It's an island that quietly works its way into your heart and stays there long after you've departed. The impression it leaves is not one of grandeur or excitement, but of a deep and abiding sense of peace. It's the memory of the quiet mornings in Chorio, the taste of that fresh-baked ladinia, and the feeling of floating in the impossibly blue water at Prasa. These are the moments that create a lasting connection. The friendliness of the locals is a huge part of this lasting impression. You don't feel like an anonymous tourist here. You feel seen and welcomed. The genuine smiles, The unhurried conversations, the small acts of kindness, they all add up to create a feeling of belonging. It's a reminder that travel is not just about seeing new places, but about connecting with people. The human element of Kimolos is what elevates it from a beautiful island to a truly special experience, one that restores your faith in the simple goodness of people. What you take away from Kimolos is a newfound appreciation for the slow and simple things in life. The island teaches you that you don't need constant entertainment or a packed itinerary to be happy. True contentment can be found in watching a sunset from a quiet hilltop, sharing a meal with a new friend, or simply sitting in silence and listening to the sound of the sea. It recalibrates your sense of what is important, stripping away the non-essential and leaving you with a clearer perspective. It's a gentle lesson in the art of living well. As you sail away from its small port, watching the chalk-white cliffs fade into the distance, you know this isn't goodbye. Kimolos is the kind of place that calls you back. It becomes a benchmark for tranquility, a secret you hold in your heart. You'll find yourself thinking of it on a busy day, longing for its peaceful shores and its gentle pace. It's an island that doesn't just provide a getaway, it provides a touchstone, a reminder of a quieter, more authentic way of life that you can carry with you wherever you go. The Chalk Island's gentle soul leaves an indelible, beautiful mark. There's a certain kind of beauty that feels like coming home, a deep-rooted sense of peace that settles in your bones the moment you arrive. That's Alonissos for me. It's not just an island, it's a living, breathing sanctuary. You step off the ferry, and the first thing that hits you isn't the heat or the bustle, but the scent of pine and wild herbs carried on the sea breeze. It's a fragrance that tells a story of resilience, of nature reclaiming its rightful place. This island feels different, more intentional, as if every stone and every tree has been placed with care, creating a harmony that's both wild and wonderfully composed, a perfect design by Mother Nature herself. It's in the details where the true character of a place reveals itself, and Alonissos is a masterclass in beautiful natural details. The landscape is a rich tapestry woven with the deep emerald of pine forests that cascade all the way down to the shoreline, meeting the impossible turquoise of the Aegean Sea. It's a color palette that soothes the soul. You can just sit for hours, watching the light filter through the pine needles, dappling the ground in a shifting mosaic of sun and shadow. It reminds me of how important it is to let natural elements shine in a design, to let the inherent beauty of the materials speak for themselves without too much fuss or ornamentation. I've always believed that a home should be a place where you can truly breathe, a refuge from the noise of the world. Alonissos is an entire island built on that principle. Here, the rhythm of life is set by the sun and the tides, not by a clock. The air itself feels cleaner, lighter. You find yourself taking deeper breaths, walking a little slower, noticing the little things, the way a wild goat navigates a rocky path with impossible grace, or the gentle hum of bees flitting between wildflowers. It's a reminder to be present, to ground yourself in the moment, and appreciate the sturdy foundational elements that make life beautiful. This island is a testament to the power of restoration, of bringing life back to something that was once broken. The old town, or Kora, perched high on a hill, was largely abandoned after an earthquake in 1965, but now, it's been lovingly and painstakingly brought back to life. Walking through its narrow, cobbled lanes feels like stepping into a story of hope. The restored stone houses with their colorful shutters and overflowing pots of geraniums stand as proud symbols of perseverance. It's like finding a forgotten piece of furniture, covered in dust, and seeing the potential, the beautiful grain hidden underneath, just waiting to be revealed with a little care and vision. Climbing the winding road to the old town of Alonissos is a journey in itself, a slow and steady ascent that builds anticipation with every turn. When you finally arrive and step through the ancient gates, it feels like you've discovered a secret world. The views from up here are simply breathtaking, a panoramic canvas of the Aegean dotted with neighboring islands. But the real magic is found within the maze of alleyways. Every corner you turn reveals another treasure. A tiny chapel with a worn wooden door, a hidden courtyard shaded by a sprawling bougainvillea, or a small shop selling local crafts that feel imbued with the spirit of the island. This is where you feel the history, the layers of stories that have unfolded on these very stones. You can run your hand along the cool, rough texture of the walls, imagining the generations of families who called this place home. The restoration work here is so thoughtful, so respectful of the original character. They didn't try to make it perfect or new. They embrace the imperfections, the history, the soul of the place. It's the same philosophy I bring to my own projects, honoring the story of a house, preserving its unique quirks and character, because that's what gives it life and makes it feel like a real, authentic home. As evening descends, the old town transforms. The setting sun paints the sky in hues of soft pink and fiery orange, and the stone walls seem to glow with a warm, honeyed light. The air fills with the gentle murmur of conversation and the clinking of glasses from the small family-run tavernas. Finding a table on a small balcony overlooking the sea, you're not just having a meal, you're participating in a timeless ritual. It's about community, about sharing good food and stories, about creating memories that become part of the fabric of your life. It's these simple, shared moments that truly make a house, or an island, feel like home. There's a quiet confidence to the old town. It doesn't need to shout to be noticed. Its beauty is in its authenticity, its resilience, its understated charm. You can spend an entire afternoon just wandering, with no destination in mind, letting the winding paths guide you. You might find a local artisan carefully painting ceramics, or a woman tending to her herb garden, always ready with a warm smile. It's a place that encourages you to slow down, to look closer, and to appreciate the artistry in everyday life. It's a living example of how a space, when designed with heart and intention, can nurture the soul and inspire creativity. Beyond the charm of the towns, the true essence of Alonissos lies in its profound connection to the natural world. This isn't just a beautiful island, it's a protected one. It's the heart of the largest marine park in Europe, a sanctuary dedicated to preserving the delicate balance of life in the Aegean. This commitment to sustainability isn't just a policy, it's a way of life here. You feel it in the pristine waters, in the abundance of wildlife, and in the deep respect the locals have for their environment. It's a powerful reminder that we are all just stewards of the land and sea, tasked with protecting its beauty for future generations. Exploring the marine park is an experience that stays with you. Whether you're kayaking along the rugged coastline, discovering hidden sea caves, or diving into the deep blue, you're entering a world of wonder. The clarity of the water is astonishing, revealing a vibrant underwater landscape teeming with life. And if you're very lucky, you might catch a glimpse of the incredibly rare Mediterranean monk seal, the park's most cherished resident. Seeing these gentle creatures in their natural habitat is a humbling moment, a quiet connection to the wild heart of the planet that feels both profound and deeply personal. The island's commitment to nature extends from the sea to the shore. A network of ancient shepherd's paths, known as calderimia, crisscrosses the island, inviting you to explore its lush interior on foot. Hiking these trails is like walking through a botanical garden. The air is thick with the scent of pine, oregano, and thyme, and every step reveals new vistas of rolling hills and sparkling bays. It's a sensory journey that connects you directly to the earth. It makes you think about how we can bring more of that natural, organic feeling into our own spaces, using raw materials and textures that ground us and reconnect us to our roots. Ultimately, Alonissos offers a lesson in harmony. It's a place where humanity and nature coexist not in conflict, but in a beautiful, symbiotic relationship. It's a blueprint for a more thoughtful, sustainable way of living. Leaving the island, you carry with you more than just memories of beautiful beaches and charming villages. You carry a renewed sense of hope and a deeper appreciation for the delicate, powerful beauty of the natural world. It's a feeling of being restored, of having your own foundations strengthened, ready to build a life that's a little more intentional, a little more balanced, and a little more in tune with the world around you. You know, every home we work on has its own story, its own soul waiting to be uncovered. And some places in the world feel just like that. Kythira is one of those places. It's an island tucked away from the well-trodden paths, a place that doesn't shout for your attention but rather whispers an invitation. It's a story of layers, where Venetian architecture meets Byzantine chapels and British influence, all settled into the rugged Greek landscape. You feel a sense of history here, not just in the ancient stones, but in the air itself. It's a feeling of stepping into a narrative that's been unfolding for centuries, and for a moment you get to be a part of it. Finding Kythira feels like discovering a secret garden, a space that's been preserved just for those willing to seek it out. It's not on the main ferry lines, which is a blessing, really. It keeps the island authentic, a little wild, and full of surprises. When you arrive, there's this immediate sense that you've stumbled upon something special, something real. It's the kind of place where you can truly disconnect from the noise of the everyday and reconnect with something deeper. The island asks you to slow down, to look closer, and to listen to the stories the wind carries through the olive groves and ancient ruins. They say Kythira is the mythical birthplace of Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, and you can feel that poetic spirit everywhere. It's in the way the sunlight filters through the leaves of a fig tree, in the raw beauty of a secluded cove, and in the quiet dignity of the old stone houses. This isn't just a destination, it's a feeling. It's a place that seems to hold a deeper meaning, a sense of purpose that resonates with your own journey. You come here looking for a vacation, but you might just leave with a renewed sense of wonder and a little piece of its ancient magic tucked away in your heart. It's this blend of myth and reality that makes Kythira so compelling. It's a canvas painted with the bold strokes of history and the delicate details of nature. One moment you're exploring a formidable Venetian fortress, its walls echoing with tales of pirates and conquerors, and the next you're standing in a field of wildflowers, the only sound the gentle hum of bees. It's an island of contrasts, a place where strength and softness coexist in perfect harmony. It reminds me of finding an old home with solid bones and intricate handcrafted details. Both elements are essential to its timeless beauty. Now you might come to a Greek island expecting endless stretches of sandy beaches, and Kythira certainly has its share of breathtaking shores. But what truly sets it apart, what adds a layer of unexpected wonder, is the water. Not just the sea, but the fresh water that flows through the heart of the island. In the village of Milopotamos, which means River of Mills, you'll find a scene straight out of a fairy tale. A lush green ravine, a place so verdant and cool it feels a world away from the sun-drenched coast. It's here that you find the Nereda waterfall, a cascade of pure, clear water tumbling into a crystal-clear pool. The journey to the waterfall is an experience in itself. You wander down a stone path shaded by ancient plane trees, the sound of rushing water growing louder with every step. It's a sensory experience, the cool, damp air on your skin, the earthy smell of the forest floor, the dappled light creating a magical glow. It's a place that encourages you to pause, to breathe deeply, and to simply be present. Seeing that waterfall, surrounded by such intense greenery, is a reminder that beauty often lies in the most unexpected places. It's like finding original shiplap behind a modern wall, a hidden treasure that was there all along. And then there are the beaches. Kythira's coastline is a masterpiece of hidden coves and dramatic cliffs, each beach with its own unique character. There's Kaladi, a stunning pebble beach accessed by a long flight of stone steps, its turquoise waters framed by a magnificent rock arch. It feels like your own private discovery. Then there's the remote beauty of Melidoni, a sheltered bay with golden sand and calm, clear water that's perfect for a quiet afternoon of swimming and reflection. These aren't places you just happen upon. You have to seek them out, and that effort makes the reward so much sweeter. Exploring these hidden spots is where the true adventure lies. It's about packing a simple lunch, following a winding dirt road, and seeing where it leads. It's about the thrill of rounding a corner and being greeted by a view so perfect it takes your breath away. These are the moments that define a journey, the memories that become the stories you tell for years to come. It's the joy of creation, of piecing together your own perfect day from the beautiful raw materials the island provides. It's a process of discovery, both of the island and of yourself. The heart of any place, for me, is always found in its community, in the spaces where people live and gather. On Kythira, that heart beats strongest in its capital, Chora. Perched high on a ridge beneath the watchful gaze of a magnificent Venetian castle, Chora is a labyrinth of whitewashed houses, narrow alleys, and charming squares. It's a village that unfolds slowly, inviting you to get lost in its winding streets. Every corner reveals something new: a hidden courtyard filled with potted geraniums, a tiny chapel with faded frescoes, or a breathtaking viewpoint overlooking the Aegean Sea. Walking through Chora is like stepping back in time. The architecture tells a story of resilience and adaptation, a beautiful blend of Cycladic simplicity and Venetian elegance. You'll see arched doorways, wooden balconies overflowing with bougainvillea, and stone walls that have stood for centuries. It's a place built by hand, with care and intention, and you can feel that human touch in every detail. It's not a perfectly polished town. It has the beautiful imperfections that come with age and a life well lived, and that's what gives it so much character and soul. As the sun begins to set, the village takes on a golden glow. The castle walls are bathed in warm light, and the sea below turns a deep, shimmering blue. This is the time to find a small taverna in one of the squares, to sit and watch the rhythm of village life unfold. You'll hear the murmur of conversation, the clinking of glasses, and the laughter of children playing. There's a profound sense of peace here, a feeling of being connected to something timeless and enduring. It's in these simple moments that you truly understand the spirit of the island. Ultimately, Kythira leaves you with a feeling that's hard to put into words. It's more than just a beautiful island. It's a place that feels like it knows you. It's a sense of discovery, of finding a piece of the world that resonates with your own soul. You arrive as a visitor, but you leave feeling like you found a place you could belong, a place you'll carry with you long after you've gone. It's like finishing a home renovation and knowing that you've not only restored a structure, but you've helped a family find their forever home. That's the magic of Kythira. Some places have a reputation that precedes them, a story that's almost as famous as the land itself. Ikaria is one of those places. It's known as the island where people forget to die, one of the world's few blue zones where residents live exceptionally long, healthy lives. But when you get here, you realize it's not about some magic potion or secret diet. It's about a way of life. It's about a rhythm that's dictated by the sun and the seasons, not by the clock. On Ikaria, time seems to stretch and bend, and the frantic pace of the outside world simply melts away. The first thing you notice is the profound sense of calm. No one is in a hurry. Shopkeepers might open their stores late in the morning or even in the afternoon because they were up late socializing the night before. Appointments are suggestions rather than strict commitments. At first, it can be a little disorienting, but you quickly learn to let go. You learn to embrace the island's philosophy of siga siga, or slowly, slowly. It's a powerful lesson in being present, in savoring each moment instead of rushing on to the next thing. It's like designing a room to be a sanctuary. It's all about creating a space where you can breathe. This relaxed approach to life is woven into the very fabric of the community. People prioritize connection over productivity. They spend hours talking with neighbors, sharing meals with family, and tending to their gardens. There's a deep-rooted belief that strong social bonds and a connection to nature are the true foundations of a happy life. You see it in the way they work their land, growing their own vegetables, and making their own wine. There's an immense pride in self-sufficiency, in living in harmony with the earth. It's a simple, honest way of living that feels both ancient and incredibly wise. On Ikaria, you start to understand that longevity isn't just about the number of years in your life, but the amount of life in your years. It's about filling your days with purpose, joy, and connection. It's about walking in the mountains, swimming in the sea, and dancing at festivals until dawn. It's a lifestyle that nourishes the body, mind, and soul. The island doesn't just offer you a vacation, it offers you a new perspective, a blueprint for a life lived with less stress and more joy. It's a design for living that we could all learn something from. The landscape of Ikaria is as wild and untamed as its spirit. The island is mountainous and rugged, with dramatic gorges that slice through the terrain, leading down to some of the most spectacular beaches in the Aegean. These aren't your manicured, umbrella-lined shores. These are beaches with a raw, elemental beauty. Take Seychelles Beach, for example. To get there, you have to hike through a riverbed, and when you emerge, you're greeted by a breathtaking cove of white pebbles, granite cliffs, and water so clear and turquoise it almost doesn't look real. Finding these hidden gems is part of the Icarian adventure. The journey is just as important as the destination. You might be driving along a winding coastal road and spot a small path leading down a cliff. Following it is an act of faith, and you're almost always rewarded with a secluded paradise. There's Nas Beach, famous for its incredible sunsets and the ruins of an ancient temple to Artemis. It has a mystical, bohemian energy that draws you in. It's a place to connect with nature in its purest form, to feel the power of the waves and the warmth of the sun on your skin. But Ikaria's natural wonders aren't limited to its coastline. The island is also famous for its thermal springs, which have been known for their healing properties since antiquity. In the town of Therma, you can soak in radioactive hot springs that are said to ease all sorts of ailments. It's a deeply relaxing and restorative experience, another piece of the island's wellness puzzle. It's this combination of active adventure, hiking to a remote beach, and passive healing, soaking in a thermal spring, that creates such a powerful sense of balance and well-being. It's about giving your body what it needs, whether that's movement or rest. This connection to the natural world is fundamental to the Icarian way of life. The people here don't just live on the island, they are a part of it. They understand its rhythms, respect its power, and draw strength from its beauty. Whether it's foraging for wild herbs in the mountains, fishing in the clear waters, or simply watching the sunset from their porch, there's a constant dialogue between the people and their environment. It's a beautiful symbiosis, a reminder that we are at our best when we are deeply connected to the world around us. If you truly want to understand the soul of Ikaria, you have to experience a panegyri. These are not just festivals, they are the lifeblood of the island's social fabric. Held throughout the summer to celebrate various saints' days, a panegyri is an all-night celebration of food, wine, music, and dance. The entire village, and often people from all over the island, comes together in the local square. Long tables are set up and volunteers serve roasted goat, fresh salads, and carafes of the famously strong local red wine. It's a feast for the senses and a testament to the island's incredible spirit of community. As the sun sets, the music starts. A live band plays traditional island folk music, and it doesn't take long for the dancing to begin. The Ikariotikos, the local dance, is a beautiful shuffling circle dance that everyone seems to know instinctively. Young and old, locals and visitors, everyone joins in, linked arm in arm. There's no pretense, no self-consciousness, just the pure, unadulterated joy of being together. You feel an incredible sense of belonging, of being welcomed into this vibrant, living tradition. It's a powerful and moving experience. The panegyri often lasts until sunrise. As the night wears on, fueled by wine and infectious music, you find yourself losing all track of time. You're swept up in the energy, in the collective celebration of life. It's in these moments that you truly grasp the secret to Icarian longevity. It's this deep, communal joy. It's the laughter, the connection, the shared experience. It's the understanding that life is something to be celebrated, loudly and with your whole heart, surrounded by the people you care about. It's the ultimate expression of a community that knows how to live well. Leaving Ikaria, you take more than just memories of beautiful beaches and lively festivals. You take with you a lesson in slowing down, in savoring the simple things, in prioritizing people over possessions. You realize that the richest life isn't the one with the most things, but the one with the most joy, connection, and meaning. Ikaria doesn't just change your vacation, it has the power to change your perspective on life itself. It gives you a new design for living, one that's built on the timeless foundations of community, nature, and joy. We've wandered through the quiet, whitewashed alleys of Astypalaia, felt the volcanic soul of Kimolos, and breathed in the lush green harmony of Alonissos. We've uncovered the mythical beauty of Kythira and danced until dawn under the wise, ancient spirit of Ikaria. You see, the Greek islands are not just destinations on a map, they're stories. They are living, breathing narratives waiting to be read, not with your eyes, but with your heart and all your senses. They are stories with a foundation built on thousands of years of history, culture, and nature. These are stories of people who live slowly, who measure wealth in friendship and time spent with family, not in minutes and accounts. They are stories of nature untouched, of landscapes so raw and powerful they remind you of your own place in the world. They are stories of ancient villages where every stone has a tale to tell, and quiet beaches where the only sound is the gentle rhythm of the waves, a sound that can quiet even the busiest of minds. Each island is a different chapter in a grand, beautiful book, offering a unique perspective, a different kind of peace. Now you know 5 of Greece's best-kept secrets. We've opened the door, shown you the beautiful bones and the incredible soul of each of these hidden gems. We've shared the blueprints for an unforgettable journey, so the real question, the one that truly matters now, is this. Which one will you discover first? Which island's story is calling to you? Which quiet corner of the Aegean will you make your own, even if just for a little while? The adventure is yours to design. Let us know in the comments which island captured your imagination. And don't forget to subscribe for more hidden gems, travel tips, and authentic journeys around the world. We believe that travel, like a good home, should tell a story and be a place where you can truly feel like yourself. This was Travel Discoveries, and we are so grateful you joined us for this one. We'll see you in the next adventure, ready to uncover more of the world's beautiful hidden stories.